This is Kevin from Bird's Eye Tarot. Hope you're doing well. I've got a little reading for you guys today. So, where should we start? Well, first of all, we got this card, which I need to get that off there. Guides. So, from the debut, we have your guides chiming in about something. There is a secret that is being held. I don't know if it's by you or by someone else, but it says divine feminine here. So it could be that we're receiving a secret, that we're needing to keep a secret. There might be something that we need to keep secret. Yeah. There's a message coming in that you need to keep close to your chest for now, because and you're going to want to not, because we have this delight card. So you're going to be happy about this, but I don't know why you need to keep it secret yet, but you do. And it's going to really pump up your confidence. So it's like I'm getting like this, like you get news and you're like, "Oh, really? What?" And you want to tell people, but for some reason it's just you need to take a minute before you start telling people. And if it is somebody else keeping secrets, it might also be that somebody is too proud to tell you something that they really need to tell you. Oh yeah. So that's another message. So it depends on your situation, but whatever resonates with you. There, for another group here, yeah, there's somebody who should tell you something. Your guides may have been giving you signs that there's something that you need to be told, but somebody is too proud to tell you. Maybe they want to, maybe it's just simply they just want to be your friend. Maybe they admire you, and maybe their ego is getting in the way of that, and they're so instead of reaching out to you, they are sending you other signals that really are not, there is not helping their case at all. Yeah, so I also have a Celtic cross here, so let's see what we have first. Okay, Seven of Swords reverse. Yeah, so there's definitely some dishonesty here, but it's like it's not dishonesty in a way that's harmful. It's just dishonesty, like somebody's lying to themselves. Maybe we're lying to ourselves here, but somebody is just keeping the truth in order to save their own ego rather than to save themselves from trouble. You know, it's really not about deceiving you. It's about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, then we have the Nine of Pentacles crossing. Yeah, yeah, and it's there's I'm hearing it's personal, but there's this thing that they know very well it's not really personal. And if this is you, then this is not a judgment. It's just like this person knows very well that this is not actually personal. It's just something that they should be maybe even seeking help for, or maybe they're just too proud. I don't know what it is. It's like there's this pride here, and it could be. I'm thinking of one situation, but it's not for the collective. I'm honestly getting like they think that you're cute or something. They think that you're pretty. They think that or they just think that you're really. They have this admiration for you, but they don't want to tell you that because they want you to admire them, and that's the problem. It's like they if they share the fact that they admire you, then they might lose your admiration, which is totally illogical. It doesn't make any sense, but that's just how their mind is working right now. But I do feel like there is this sense of comfort and safety between you. This could be a love situation or a friendship or even just like a colleague. But there is this sense of like, we got each other. Like if the worst, absolute worst comes to worst, we got each other. But see, the thing is that they don't realize, like, if they're not going to actually tell you what you need to know, and bring you in in this, and create an actual friendship or create an actual relationship or whatever it is they're seeking, then they can't really expect that. They know that you will be supportive of them, but they can't really expect you to go above and beyond, even though you absolutely would. Because you are somebody who would definitely go above and beyond, but not if you're being lied to, not if they're withholding information from you, it's just, ego problems. Yeah, Queen of Swords is underneath it all, so that's the subconscious. they want this clarity, they want this truth, but they're just not willing to bypass this feeling. If I let them have this truth, that maybe, I think they're a little scared. They're a little scared that maybe the relationship will, you might go beyond the 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 boundaries, or the, where they want the relationship to be. But if they simply told you, like the Queen of Swords would, and they told you what they wanted, then I think you would be okay with that. But it really depends on your situation. And if this is an ex, then that would be probably a different situation. But anyway, and it's so weird because the Seven of Swords there is the opposite of the Queen of Swords. I mean, it's the opposite energy, because Queen of Swords is clear, she's truthful, she's concise, and she knows exactly what she wants, and she wants to say what she wants to say, and she does it. So in the past, this is the Fool. So this might be a new relationship, a new connection. And in the past, it was like, oh, this person really vibes with me. Like, I really hope I get to know this person, because I, I would really vibe with them. But I also just see like one person feels like a little bit above. Like, and that's the thing. They, maybe it's a boss or something like that, and they feel like, okay, well, I'm above them in this way, so I can't tell them the real truth, because if I do, then it would change the relationship, and maybe they would take advantage of that. Or maybe maybe they think they're wiser than you or something like that. I don't know, but and they kind of see you as this fool, as this newbie on the block. But I just also see this person holding that flower so wonderfully, and they're very happy, and they're just like, I want that energy in my life. I want it. I want to be around that. And it's not perfect, the Fool is so flawed, but the Fool is pure, is innocent, and is full of love, and that's what the Fool is led by, is love. So, and that's the thing I think that draws them to you. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. They know that you are so stable, that you would have them. Like, it's not that y'all are always going to need to support each other, but when the time comes, because we need other people. When the time comes, they know that if they could just tell you the truth, or you could just tell them the truth, that you would be a rock. You would be someone that they could come to and say, like, look, I had this issue and I need advice. And the only thing is they're afraid of judgment, or they're afraid it's going to get out. Maybe they're afraid you're going to tell people. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the fact is that the relationship would need to be kind of secret. Maybe this is somebody who is closeted, and if you're like gay, and but not necessarily, obviously, but just for some of you, this could be like a closet situation. And but I do see, like, if it is that, though, I really feel like it wouldn't always be this way. But they're afraid that you wouldn't give them the time that they need to really to unroll that to the world. I'm just getting this red carpet coming out. Especially with this, I feel like this is kind of the I'm coming out card. And so and again, this is just a metaphor, but for me, for example, I've been out since I was like 12 or 13. So that would be this. That was 12 or 13. But if somebody was around me and was like trying to talk to me, and they were still closeted, well, I don't know. It's complicated. It's usually a no for that, but if it happens and they're trying to change their life and become who they are and all that stuff, then okay, we'll see. But they see your stability, though, and they see who you are, and they want to have that energy with you, because they know they match you, is the thing, because we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, so they know they match you, right? But they're just too afraid to change certain things in their life, and they're too afraid to that you might think that they are this or that or the other. Maybe if they showed the real them to you, if they came out as who they really are to you, then maybe you would judge them. But the fact is you're not going to. You're not going to. And you, but the thing is here, what I'm hearing is you can't do anything right there. about this. This is totally on them. It's totally something that they're going to have to work through, and they're going to have to come to you when they're ready. But, it you can't like continually wait for them to do that. They're going to have to eventually do it. And yeah, and honestly, for a lot of you, it's just like a friendship. They just want a friend in you, I think. And they just see like, wow, like that dude or that girl is solid and can be is reliable and and empathetic, but also like says exactly what it is. Like it's and they kind of want that accountability, I think. There's something about accountability here where they would like to have somebody who would keep them accountable, but also who they know isn't going to judge them at the end of the day. But they don't know that about you yet, and you can't go out of your way to do that. You can't go out of your way to make sure that they know that you're not judgmental, because it's not going to work. They're just not going to go for that. It's really going to be again on them, and that's what I've been saying, Emperor. So eventually they will make this choice. I think they're going to make this choice. They're going to make this decision because this person does have a little bit of a tendency to be authoritative and kind of need to be the one to make that call. And it's up to you if you're okay with that. But I feel like you probably are. But they're going to be the one who wants to make that call. And there's going to be shadows that you guys, or you girls, you guys are kind of working through together. And that's going to be one of them, like this kind of control aspect where maybe you even both have a little bit of a controlling nature in a different way. And that's another thing, is like I don't know if you two even sense that towards each other. I don't know if both of you realize that about each other, but you both have that same thing in two different distinct ways. And that's something you guys are going to be working through together. And it's just and that's why your energy is kind of aligning, and why the universe is bringing you together, because it's there are certain there we can work through our shadows alone, and that's what we should do. But there are a lot of reasons why having other people around who match certain energies within us can help us work through certain things that we wouldn't necessarily be able to identify without them, right? We have the high priestess again with the secrets, again with the secrets. Come on. And it's like it's a secret, but it's not. It's like you both know. You both kind of know. But you know, or one of you knows that the other is just not going to is not going to admit to it. It's not going to like be here for it until he's or she's good and goddamn ready. you know that's just basically it. The Four of Swords reversed. Okay, so it's because this person is going through a moment like in their life where they are working through some things, and maybe even part of that is that control aspect of needing to be in control. They're going through some things, and they're trying to heal something, and this could be part of the reason why they are waiting. There is this ego thing, this pride, but also I feel like they're aware of that, and they're working through it, and maybe that's what they're waiting for. It probably is. And but it's like you're sitting there, you're keeping the secret, you're fine with it, you're not even saying anything, but you're just like, okay, anytime now. But you're not really pressuring them at all. It's just a funny image I got. Okay, Temperance in reverse is the hopes and fears. There is this feeling like, what if this is a waste of time? What if it doesn't really go anywhere? What if we actually don't match? But it's in reverse, so I really feel like it's just the fear, and again, it's part of this e- like egoic sort of thing, and maybe even as part of both of you. Like you both a little bit like I almost feel like you're both a little bit irritated with each other sometimes, and that's normal. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. People that's actually a good thing. If you don't have some things that irritate you about each other, there's something bizarre there, really. Because you might get irritated by somebody, but that doesn't mean you don't have feelings for them as a friend or whatever. You know, I think that's perfectly normal fear to have. See, what's the outcome? Okay, Five of Cups reversed. So as things are going right now, this person is kind of building up to talking to you, or to trying to see what's up with you, and then at the end of the day they're going to say, I'm too afraid because I've lost people in the past who I thought were cool, so I'm not going to go for that. It's not the ending I expected at all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But let's see, is there anything else we need to know about this outcome? Or, though, it's like recovery from loss in the reverse, though. So it could be, so I do think what I said is valid for some of you. However, I'm also getting the message that for others, this is like there's going to be a loss in that person's life, and I don't know if it's a big loss or not. It doesn't really give that to me, but there's going to be a loss in that person's life, and that will be the time where they come to you and say, hey, look, I kind of need your help, would you? And you're like, yeah, I've been saying I would for a while now, but yeah. So again, it's like you're offering this support system without even needing to offer it, because it's just obvious from who you are and how you treat them, because you give them a certain amount of support, or it's just your attitude towards them. And it's not that you're always like sunshine and rainbows and always super nice about everything, but you are they know what to expect from you. They know what to expect. So let's see, what else should we know about this outcome, please, Spirit? Hanged woman. Okay, yeah, there's still this perspective here that they have of you that is going to shift. And especially, sometimes I even confuse these two cards in this deck because they're so similar. That is going to shift very drastically, though, especially with them together. Their perspective of you is going to shift so drastically when they have this kind of depression or sad moment where they're reaching out for support. And the moment that they do, everything is going to change in their eyes towards you, because they're going to see, oh my gosh, I've wasted time with this person when they could have been supporting me this whole time. They could have been there for me this whole time. And I'm not saying we need to support each other all the time or anything, but having that available, I could have had that available to me when I needed it this whole time. So there might be a little bit of regret there, but at the end of the day, I do feel like it's a good thing. Other than for the ones who they kind of just chicken out and they don't come. But if that's the case, then they weren't meant for you anyway. It wasn't meant to be, and rejection is divine protection and all that stuff. So try to practice detachment, and that does not mean to just be like cold or to completely disconnect. That's not detachment. Detachment is more subtle. It's like, if this person stays in my life, then that's amazing, and I will enjoy it. I will savor that. But if this person doesn't stay in my life, I'm not going to let it be a problem for me for a long time. Of course, it will be sad when people decide to not, you know, connect with us. Of course. And that's normal too. But detachment is, I'm going to feel this for a little while, and I'm going to process it. And once it's processed, that's it. I'm not going to try to get them back. I'm not going to try to get them back. I'm not going to try to convince them of anything. I'm even giving them some, but look, this and this and this, giving them some logical things just to think about, that's still fine. But not once that's done, it's done. And if they want to come back and you are willing, then that's a different story. But just, yeah, practicing detachment and practicing that temperance energy between total detachment, which is also unhealthy, and extreme attachment, which is unhealthy. Going in that middle ground where you're detached but you're not, a cold bitch like the like the Queen of Swords would be. I also do think there is that they kind of feel like maybe sometimes you are that way, or maybe you feel that way about them, but they kind of like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm reading about today. Like I have no idea. So let's see. Let's just get one or two more of these sacred oracle, yeah, the sacred symbols oracle cards, and then we'll be telling it. Okay. What's the last messages about this situation, please, Spirit? Time. Okay, yeah. Just give it time. Give it time. Don't press anything to happen, because I think that could cause it to backfire and never happen. But I do think that for a lot of you, this person is, I don't want to say soulmate because that sounds necessarily romantic, and I just don't get that for everybody here. But it's a soul connection for sure. Safe travel. Doing some meditation is good. On it, that's interesting. So some of you, if it is a romance, then maybe you would be traveling once that begins. Maybe y'all are not near each other, but that's not for everyone. This could be just a different message altogether. You might be taking a very long trip soon. And what about this very long trip? Okay, if you are taking a trip soon, then there could be some problems. Let's see. Let's just figure out what those problems with that trip is, so I can. What are the What's the problem with this trip that's happening, and how can the viewer avoid it, please, dear Spirit? Okay, Three of Cups. So this. Okay, so the problem is with who's. Oh, Three of Swords. Ten of Swords. Okay. I would say, and I did talk about a trip like last week, I think, and I don't think this is the same trip. I would say there might be a trip that is canceled. There might be a trip that you were trying to go on with friends that is just not going to work out. So and if you do have a trip plan and you're like sitting there like it's yeah, why would it not work out? Just you should prepare as you would, but also prepare for it to be canceled. And also just use your intuition with this. Who is it in the group? If you're going with a group of people, who is it in the group that might cause problems on the trip? Because it could be that too. I get a betrayal, especially with the Ten of Swords. It's often a betrayal, and especially with the Three of Swords. Man, damn. And the Three of Cups is friends. So it's like you're being betrayed, and it's heartbroken. You're being heartbroken, and it has to do with the trip. Or maybe the journey is just a metaphor. Like this is part of your journey. This is part of your life path or your karmic path. That somebody in your circle is not trustworthy. This is definitely a different message. Six of Pentacles. Okay, I'm getting a very specific message. If you help pay for somebody's trip, well, just don't count on getting that money back. Or, yeah, I just don't be overly giving with anybody like who you aren't totally sure of being able to trust as far as like your money goes and like your time, because some people, they're not trustworthy. And is this connected to the other reading? I mean, I just feel like we would have gotten those cards if it were. Thank you for the messages, Spirit. No, no, no. This is its own thing. Okay, this is probably somebody you know from work. Maybe you're going on a work trip, and the person that you're going on a work trip with is getting in trouble at work, and they're going to be blaming you, but it's not your fault. Okay, it's not your fault. There's a lot of things here. I'm getting a lot of different stories, so I can't really say them all. So take that and make it apply to how it would work with you. And this is a really great exercise for your intuition, is to think about that situation, or any situation I bring up, and break it down to its most basic parts, and then see how does this apply, and then sometimes you need to take something out, or maybe even add something in to make it make sense, and then it starts to, you're like, holy shit, that makes total sense. But that's how tarot works anyway. And today it wasn't one of those days where I felt like I was going to get a lot of very specific messages, and I, well, I don't know. I don't feel like I did, but maybe you think I did. Thank you for watching. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. And if you want to reach out and get a personal reading with me, the link is down below. If you have any questions for me, any suggestions about readings that you would want to hear on here, I am all ears. Have a great day. Oh, by the way, I have another job. So if you're wondering why I'm not posting as much, it's because I have another job. It's not because I don't know. There's a lot. People like to make a lot of assumptions about other people and their YouTube channels. I just don't understand why. It's a little bit annoying, but I have another job. Okay, so I am busier now, and I just can't. I don't have the energy to do tarot readings and work that other job, every day. And I know most of you are not thinking this, and so don't feel like I'm fussing at you. But if you are sitting there wondering, well, what are you doing? Like, do you think somebody's going to do this for you? No, I don't think anybody's going to do it for me. I don't have time. That's all. And I love you for watching regardless. Even if you were judging me a little bit, I still love you, okay? So have a great day. Bye.